Every legend leaves a trace. Some linger in memory, others in things that were never meant to fall into human hands. In the Myths Belief Store, you'll find artifacts, talismans, and relics steeped in the darkness of ancient faiths. Enter if you dare to touch what is forgotten and terrifying. Link in the description. In the villages of China, where the mist hangs low over the ground and the night feels heavier than anywhere else, people have told stories for generations about a creature that does not walk, but jumps. About a body stiff as a board, claws sharp as blades, and a face pale as death. They say that if you hear heavy, rhythmic thuds, it isn't the wind. It's the Jiangshi, a dead body that found no peace and returned to drain the qi, the life force, from the living. If you see its shadow, run. If you see its eyes, it may already be too late. Jiangshi is one of the most iconic monsters in Chinese folklore, a rigid, undead corpse that moves and hops, as if its entire body were frozen solid. In many stories, it wears the traditional robes of a Qing dynasty official, a long dark gown, a tall hat, and a yellow talisman with a spell attached to its forehead. This talisman can immobilize it, but only if placed correctly, otherwise the Jiangshi becomes even more aggressive. Its skin has the color of death, pale green, bluish, or ashen, as if the body had just been pulled from a grave. Its claws are long, curved, and sharp like knives, and fangs protrude from its mouth, reminding us that the Jiangshi does not feed on blood, but on life energy. Its eyes are wide open, unmoving, yet filled with an unnatural alertness, as if they can see things the living cannot. In many legends, a Jiangshi is created when a soul cannot leave the body. This can happen because of an improper burial, an interrupted ritual, a sudden violent death, or a violation of ancestral customs. In other tales, a Jiangshi is the result of a curse, dark magic, or a failed ritual performed by a Taoist sorcerer who lost control of the forces he summoned. No matter the version, the Jiangshi represents death that refuses to depart. In Chinese belief, the Jiangshi is a sign that the balance between the world of the living and the dead has been broken. In a culture where honoring ancestors and performing proper burial rites is essential, the Jiangshi serves as a warning. If you do not give the dead the respect they deserve, they may return and they will not be as you remember them. The Jiangshi does not drink blood like a Western vampire. Instead, it drains qi, the life energy believed to sustain both body and spirit. A victim becomes weak, pale, drained of strength, and in some stories, eventually transforms into another hopping corpse. In the legends, the Jiangshi moves by hopping because its body is completely stiff. Avoids sunlight, which can destroy it. Fears the sound of bells, which disrupt its energy. Reacts to mirrors, as its impure spirit cannot bear its own reflection. Can be stopped by scattering rice in front of it. The Jiangshi must count every grain. In many stories, the Jiangshi appears in abandoned houses, ruined temples, graveyards, and places marked by tragedy. Sometimes it returns to its own family, unaware that it is dead. Other times it wanders aimlessly, driven only by hunger for life energy. Jiangshi has become one of the most recognizable monsters in Asian pop culture. Its distinctive way of moving, hopping with arms stretched forward, became an icon of Hong Kong horror cinema. In the 1980s and 90s, an entire wave of films blended horror, comedy, and martial arts, creating a unique genre where Taoist priests battled the undead with spells, talismans, and acrobatic techniques. Today, the Jiangshi appears in games, anime, series, and books. In games, it is often portrayed as a slow but relentless enemy, resistant to most attacks and deadly up close. In anime and manga, it can be terrifying or comedic, but always retains its classic traits: stiffness, hopping, and the talisman on its forehead. In literature, the Jiangshi often symbolizes broken tradition, guilt, death, and the consequences of ignoring sacred rituals. In modern art, it has become an icon, blending folklore, horror, and cultural symbolism. Its appearance is so distinctive that even in modern reinterpretations, it is instantly recognizable. Jiangshi is one of the most unusual monsters in Asia, a rigid corpse that hops toward the living to steal their life force. It is both frightening and symbolic, rooted in beliefs about death, spirits, and respect for ancestors. Its legend has survived for centuries because it touches something universal: the fear of what happens to the body after death and what might return if it is not laid to rest properly. Which creature from Chinese mythology should appear in the next episode? Don't forget to subscribe and like the video to stay up to date with the dark stories appearing on the channel.